Hi boys and girls, Mrs. Godfrey here. Today we're going to talk about cloud types. I've made a slide presentation for you and I want to spend a little time talking to you about it using the Screencastify app. Alright, make sure that you have your science notebooks ready to go so that you can add these notes to your notebooks. I'm going to be looking for some beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful notes. Alright, first of all, there are fair weather clouds. The fair weather clouds are the clouds that you see on a beautiful day. When I think about the word fair, I don't think about what's fair or unfair like I normally would when I'm talking about clouds. I think about fair being beautiful. For instance, in the fairy tale Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the evil queen looks in the mirror and she says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" And fair, of course, in that context means beautiful. That's what we mean in science too. When you have fair weather clouds, you have beautiful weather. Cumulus clouds are the ones that look like puffy clouds, and you see them on beautiful days. Cirrus clouds are very high in the atmosphere. They're thin and they're wispy, and they look almost like the jet streams that come out of the airplanes when they're going by, and sometimes it's a little difficult to tell the difference. But both of these clouds, I think of them as the CC clear clouds. C for cumulus, C for cirrus, C for clear weather. Fair and clear. Cirrus, cumulus, clear. C, clear. Next, we have our naughty weather clouds. As you can see, there are two types of naughty weather clouds as well. There's the cumulonimbus, which is the tallest cloud, and we've talked about this as we studied the water cycle and learned about hail, how hail is made. This cloud is very, very tall, like Marge Simpson's hair, and because it is so tall, hail can be formed as winds blow high into the atmosphere at the top of the cloud, where it's super duper cold, and then blow back down and get bigger and bigger until it finally drops as large pieces of ice. Nimbostratus clouds are also naughty, but not nearly as naughty as cumulonimbus clouds. Nimbostratus clouds are more like plain rain, snow, depending on the atmosphere's temperature below the cloud. However, cumulonimbus clouds, you'll see lightning and thunder, tornadoes dropping out of them. They're very, very naughty. In fact, I call them cumulonaughty clouds. The naughty nimbos. Now, a quick talk about each different type of cloud. Make sure that you get the text inside your notebook. Cumulus are a kind of fair weather cloud. They're puffy. They remind me of Andy's room in Toy Story. His wallpaper has cumulus clouds on it. These are the clouds that people look at in the atmosphere and pretend they see different objects. Cirrus clouds, they too are fair weather clouds. They're made of ice crystals. And the reason they're made of ice crystals is because they're so high in the atmosphere where it's very, very cold. They're thin and they're wispy. Please stop the recording if you need to write down all your notes. Next, we have stratus clouds, and I think of these clouds as neither naughty or clear clouds. Actually, they're really not clear. They're a little more leaning toward the naughty. The way I remember them is I say stretch the stratus like a blanket over your bed. Stratus clouds stretch across the sky, thin, not very tall, like a blanket. They can be leaning toward nimbostratus like these clouds, or they can be fairly fair weather clouds like these. I would say these are cumulostratus or stratocumulus clouds. So they're sort of neither naughty nor nice. They're sort of in between clouds. And they typically are not rain clouds. They have to turn into nimbostratus for the most part before you're going to see a lot of precipitation. Next, we have the nimbostratus clouds. Again, they're not very tall and they stretch across the sky, stratus stretch. However, these are gray and rainy. They bring plain rain or snow. They happen in a warm front when warm air moves into cold air. We'll talk about this more later, so don't worry about that too much now. They are too flat to create major thunderstorms, just rain or snow, depending on the air temperature below the cloud. If the air below the cloud is 32 degrees or less all the way down, then you'll probably get some snow. If it's over 32 degrees from the cloud to the ground, then you're going to get some rain. And if you have a combination of air pockets, you might get sleet or you might get freezing rain. Next, we have cumulonimbus clouds. Now, these clouds, I guarantee you'll see on your EOG. It's a ding, 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 ding moment. You will absolutely see cumulonimbus clouds, so you got to remember them. They are thunderstorm clouds. I call them cumulonaughty, as I've said before. Hail forms inside of them, and they're very, very tall. Cumulonimbus clouds, cumulonaughty. And that, boys and girls, ends our Screencastify presentation about clouds. Review as you need to and learn all you can.